yours and let's go.
So hi, we are from the National Restaurant Association, and we're going to talk to you today about unhealthy eating habits and the responsibilities that the restaurants have towards this topic. So firstly, according to a study, the average American purchases 249 meals at a restaurant each year. That is about 4.8 meals a week, almost 5 meals a week. So we're going to look at an example. We're going to take Bob. Bob is your average American. He works Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, pretty busy guy. He has a wife, 2 kids. You're going to get the picture. So he gets up in the morning, he makes himself a healthy breakfast, some fruit, some oatmeal, depending on how he feels. He goes off to work. He works throughout the morning, and it hits noon. Well, he only has 30 minutes for his lunch break. So he goes to the closest restaurant he can find, which is one of the only ones in the area, and he orders whatever's on the menu. Usually a cheeseburger, some fries, a hot dog, something along those lines. He then finishes his lunch and heads back to work. He finishes his afternoon, clocks off around 5:30 and heads home. Fortunately for Bob, he has a great wife who has a meal on the table for him when he gets in. So he usually eats a nice, healthy third meal of the day. Bob does this day in, day out for years and years. Also, Bob is an active guy. He likes to work out on the weekends and whenever he can. So, you know, he thinks he lives a pretty healthy lifestyle. Unfortunately, one day, Bob has a heart attack. His doctors are a little bit confused, but they tell him that it must be from his lunches that he's eating every single day, and those fatty foods and the empty calories he's putting into his body. So now, how would you feel if Bob was visiting your restaurant every day for his lunch? Also, now how would you feel if the reason Bob was visiting your restaurant every day for his lunch was because he's a lifelong friend and he comes there to help your business? So obviously Bob is a hypothetical character, but there's multiple Bobs. They're all across America. This isn't an uncommon case at all. So now, think back. Knowing that Bob is a friend, and more importantly, a customer, should you as the restaurant have an ethical responsibility to take care of him as a human being?
Well, yeah, of course he should. We do have a responsibility, Bob. He is our friend, and he is a customer, and he's a human being. So he should be treated in that manner. As you can see, many individuals have a very busy lifestyle right now, and eat out very often in restaurants and fast food places. With that said, the increase of them eating at restaurants is also increased with the increase in obesity in the United States. 1 in 2 people, so me or you, will be obese by 2018, and that's 30 pounds overweight. This is an increasing concern because with the increasing obesity, there's an increasing in diabetes, heart disease, things of that nature. And about 20 years ago, only 15% was obese. So this is a drastic change over this period of time. We don't want Bob to fall into that 70% of premature deaths from unhealthy eating habits, smoking, and alcohol abuse. Yale did a study of 3,000 possible kids' meals, and out of those 3,000, 12 preschool kid meals met the healthy requirements by law for them. And then out of the children who were in junior high, 15 of them met the healthy requirements. This is a big change in that only out of 3,000, only 15 and 12% were there. With that said, is the restaurants responsible for supplying healthier foods for the children who are going to be growing up, and possibly these are the habits that they're building now and they're not eating healthy? So they're going to be, is it our responsibility? With that said, we were asked a question by our restaurant executives, and they asked, should restaurants supply healthy food even if it is not profitable for them? With that said, we believe that yes, they are ethically responsible, because if they are not giving them the options of having a healthier food over a unhealthy food, they're not giving them the choices to choose for themselves. And then these obviously these choices are made by them, and we can't force anybody to choose something, but giving them the options is key. Pretty much a greater good for a greater amount of people is what we would like to serve, and Erica will cover our possible solutions to these issues.
Like she said, I'm going to go over a few possible solutions for your restaurant in hopes that you can avoid a situation or a similar situation, such as the example that we gave you about Bob a little bit ago, and in hopes that you can help your company become more ethically responsible. First of all, if your restaurant offers a buffet, you could serve your food on a blue plate. Now this seems a little bit silly, but studies have shown that blue serves as an appetite suppressant. So your customer will come in, you'll serve them food on a blue plate, they will pay the same amount that they would have paid anyway, but ultimately they're going to eat less. So that's a healthier option for them. Not only could this increase your bottom line, but you're also helping your customers, pushing them in the direction to eat smaller and more appropriate meals. Also, menu restructuring, this is key. Most people are unaware of this, but the structure of a menu is a science in itself. Restaurants pay a lot of money to make sure that their menus are structured correctly. So most restaurants, they will highlight their higher profit items on their menu while they hide the lower profit items. They won't actually get rid of the lower profit items necessarily, because it could lose some customers, but what's most important to them is to make sure that they are highlighting those high profit items, excuse me. So what you could do is emphasize healthier items. I'm not saying to get rid of the higher profit items, to quit highlighting those, but give them another option. Say, here's the healthier item, you could choose this basically instead of that. This is healthy. Another thing, which is probably the most important thing, is to actually offer those healthier items. We're not telling you to get rid of any items on your menu. By all means, keep your high profit items, keep whatever you want on the menu. But what we are saying is that you could promote or offer lighter options for your customers. With that, educating your customers is very important. Many people are unaware. They go into a restaurant and think, well, it's a salad, it must be healthy, or it's whatever it is. They think it's probably an appropriate portion. But by educating them, promoting and highlighting those healthier options, you're showing them that this is a healthier option for you. We actually conducted a study where we wanted to see if we could encourage people to pick healthier options. We created a menu, and we put thumbs up by all the healthier options and a thumbs down by all the unhealthier options. What we found is that it did actually encourage people to choose those healthier menu options. Some of the people tended to pick those. Also, lastly, this is an untapped market. Why not get your foot in the door for this? There's not many companies that are trying to this because they're scared. They don't want to make the change. But why not get your foot in the door and show your customers that you do care about them, that you care about their health. Also, if nobody takes this initiative, the government could possibly see these problems and take actions themselves. So every company is going to have to make the same changes at the same time. And like I said, why not take that opportunity yourself? Put your foot in the door, show your customers that you took the initiative and the responsibility to show them that you care about their health and well-being, and that you wanted to be a more ethically responsible restaurant.
Whole other skill in learning how to use these things. obviously one that I have yet to master. Okay. All right, thank you.